What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me tonight. Tonight we are going over Wednesday's DJ30 trades, okay? Now, what you're seeing here on the screen is a pending order, all right? I had a pending order sitting in here at the orange line. That's my entry, so I'm waiting for this market to break down below this point or come through this little wick right here, okay? And that's going to be my entry. All right, so this was pre-planned on TradingView. I had marked off this area as a do nothing area, okay? This initial spike, we've got traders buying into this market, unknowingly buying into the high of the day. All right, that sparks a lot of buying interest, okay? And then the market starts to chop sideways. And so I was telling myself, just do nothing. Wait until 10 o'clock. All right. Now, 10 o'clock is right here. So we're past 10 o'clock. I've got my pending order in. Now, in the Discord yesterday, I let people know exactly what I was looking for on this pair. Okay. If I was going to take a long trade, what I wanted to see was this market hold volume down low, work into the low of the day, or even work into the low or through the low of the previous day before pumping up. And if I was going to short this trade, I said that what I was looking for was this market to pump up back into the previous day's New York session and then fail, give a reversal signal and fail. All right. So that's exactly what I'm waiting on here. This market has pumped up through the Tokyo session, through the London session, and into the New York session. We are trading back into the New York session from yesterday, all right? And now I'm waiting for this M pattern to play out, okay? And I'm looking to gain entry to the market here. And I'm going to sort of scrub through this video because this entire video is about 30 minutes long, and I don't want to have you guys sitting here for that long, okay? So I'm going to sort of scrub through this video and highlight certain parts because this was not a flawless trade, all right? Because I was averaging in when I'm using this pending order, okay? I'm not entering with full size. I'm going to get to full size eventually, right? But I actually got stopped out not once, but twice as I was adding into this market, all right? But I was sure of myself. I was sure of the trade. I know what I'm looking for. And so I kept coming back. All right. Third time's the charm. The third time I got in, adding in, it worked out. All right. And so you're going to see that. And you're going to see it did not really affect, my profits today. Okay. So here we are. We're about to be triggered into this market. I'm going to go ahead and scrub through here. Bam. Okay. We've been triggered into the market there. As you can see. And then we come through, as soon as we break through that level again, like the lows it just put in, you'll see right there, bam, I added another position, right? And you can see that my stop loss is my entry, is my original entry, all right? So a very tight stop loss. That was my mistake on that. If I would have put the stop loss at the very top of these wicks, or if I'd have put the stop loss at the top of this candle or up here at the high of the day, we would have been good to go. But I tried to go with this super tight stop loss and it didn't work out. Okay. So let's get through this. We were looking good. And then it came up, bam, took me out of that add-in position. All right. So we took a loss right there, and then we're going to do it again. Bam, we just broke through there. You can see I just added in another trade right there. Okay. And again, a super tight stop loss. Okay. super tight. The stop loss is right here. And let's see again what happens. We drop down again, come back up. Bam, we get taken out of that second add-in position. All right, so we've been stopped out not once, but twice. All right. And then you can see right there, I added in another position. Boom, we're in again. Again, a tight stop loss at the top of that wick. And then this market began to collapse. Okay, so I could have been a little more patient, perhaps, for those add-ins. I could have had just a little bit wider of a stop loss to avoid getting stopped out on those two positions. All right. But you can see I'm targeting that 9:30 open. Okay. But as we continue to push down, I actually move the target down. All right. To give it a little more space to run if it's going to run. We're going to scrub a little just to get us through that time. And we'll let this play out. So you can see I'm looking for the same pattern, right? This M pattern. My original entry is when we break that middle structure, all right? And then I was trying to add in as we pull back, right? We pull back here, I add in, got stopped, right? Add in, get stopped. And then add in again, and the trade goes in our direction. And we can let this play out. We don't have a lot of time left for this trade, all right? I could have held this trade longer, but as you can see, we already hit my targets. You know, when we get there, we already have hit my original target, and that's about where I shut this trade down regardless, okay? Because it started to pull back on me, you know, but I'm in this trade with a bit of size. I'm making all the money that I needed to make on this trade, okay? And then we're going to look at a second bit of trades, right? Because see there, I'm adding, or sorry, moving those take profits to give it a little more room, okay? But we're going to look at another, you know, I got back in this market just shortly after this, all right, and took it for a little bit more. And that right there, that was my original target, basically. So I just put a little line there to remind me where that original target was. So there we go. We have hit the original target. We busted through that. I'm still considering I'm moving those take profits even further away just to give it space in case we capitulate to the downside and just blow right through that target. I'm trying to give it some space, okay? So you can see this market has started to pull back. We're back at that original target. We went back through it, and I was able to shut those trades down, you know, right on target, all right, and take that money, all right. Now here you can see this market has already started to break down, all right. Now this is an already sped up version, so you can see here though, right, that I have two positions in, two orange lines, okay. I got in right here, I got in right here, and watch what happens. Boom, we get stopped out of one position, okay, and then I got right back in, right back into that trade. It started to dump, pull back, so I just went ahead and got out, took that little tiny bit of extra, okay? So in total, bro, in total, I got stopped out 3 times today, adding into these positions, layering my position in the DJ30, all right? And even with those 3 stop outs, we were still up 207 pips on the DJ30. Okay, so absolutely beautiful trading day. Now you can see, looking at this snippet of the chart, right, This is exactly what we're looking for going into the open, right? For a great short trade, right? We put in, bam, this little lower low right here, and then spike up to the highs. We start working into the highs. That's getting people buying the high of the day unknowingly, all right? This is that anchor point. That was my original target, aiming for the low of, that 930 open, right? So we get up here, we put that M formation in, right, back into the previous day's New York session and start to fail. Okay. We got in the market up here originally. Okay. Originally, we got into the market here and took it all the way down here. Just an excellent little trade. You know what I'm saying? An excellent little trade. Congratulations to any trader who traded this today. All right. But I appreciate y'all for being here, for sticking with me throughout this video. All right. I'm kind of new to recording the trades and then posting those trades and, narrating my own trades. That's kind of new to me. All right. But let me know if you like this kind of video. If you do, I will keep doing this. I'll keep recording my trades live or whatever, and posting those. If you don't like this type of content, let me know that as well in the comments, and we just won't do this anymore. Okay, we'll stick to the regular, trade recaps and stuff like that I know you guys like. But anyway, man, until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.